Okay, let's get another check of your weather as we take a live look outside at Oregon's capital city from our Travel Salem camera. Such a beautiful view, and it's beautiful everywhere you look, any direction actually. Camilla's back with a check of your forecast.
And imagine starting your day like this, Riel.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a really great picture.
Ooh. Yeah, stunning shot. Michael sent us this. I'm not sure if this was from this morning. It was submitted to us today, but Michael Grant snapped this obviously in the gorge. I mean, the way the sun is coming through, shining between the clouds, almost looks like it's highlighting or sort of backlighting Vista House there on the ledge. Ah, so beautiful. Thank you for sending this. Yeah, we live in such a gorgeous place. Bright blue skies everywhere you look, like Riel mentioned. This is our Maryhill Tasting Room and Bistro camera in Vancouver. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s. Still a little bit breezy out of the north-northwest, but not too shabby today. And I noticed it's not nearly as gusty in the gorge. We'll take a look at those current wind conditions right here. So gusts in the teens for us in Portland. A little bit breezier as you head south. Notice Eugene getting gusts close to 30 miles per hour, but certainly east of the Cascades in the usual spots is where we're seeing the windiest conditions, but much more reasonable here compared to this time yesterday, seeing sustained winds around 20 miles per hour in the Dalles, gusts closer to 30. All right, let's walk through the forecast for the next few days. So mostly clear overnight tonight. Should be a nice bright start to your Thursday. If you're a little farther south, though, you'll notice those clouds building a little bit more quickly. We'll see the afternoon and evening clouds here in the Portland metro area, which could cap our high temperature just a little bit. We'll see how thick those clouds get. Friday morning, we're back to clear skies, maybe just a few clouds from time to time. Saturday certainly looks like a cloudier morning west of the Cascades. You can see with that increased marine push, we'll start the day cloudy, and then we'll see those clouds slowly dissipating throughout the day, but that's going to really cool us down on Saturday. So you'll notice the difference there on our 7-day forecast. I think we could stay in the 70s on Saturday. Beautiful start to Father's Day weekend. We will be a little bit warmer on Father's Day, back to the mid-80s. And then I think leaning hot here Monday and Tuesday, close to 90. But for now, I'm keeping us in the 80s. Riel?